You said it was on the way and it's here.
Yeah, it's starting to move in. Now, the brunt of the storms are going to come in the next few hours. That's when the line of storms will move through and things really will be rocking and rolling then. Just kind of reset the stage for what's going on. First of all, we have 2 tornado watches in effect. The first one came out earlier today, goes for about another 2.5 hours or so until 9 o'clock. That's going to be for our western counties. That's a part of the complex that is producing some severe storms out west of Interstate 35. The new watch just came out about 45 minutes ago, and that encompasses the rest of East Texas. There are only 3 counties, though, that are not under a tornado watch. That would be Houston County, Trinity County, and Sabine County. Those 3 counties are not under a watch. Regardless, though, the threat for severe weather and the potential of a tornado or two does exist. So that means we still have to keep a close eye on things very, very closely. And with this threat for damaging wind gusts, the possibility of tornadoes, knowing where you need to go is so important before the severe weather comes in. I want to bring in meteorologist John Adams, and he's going to talk a little bit more about where the best place to be is during a severe thunderstorm, especially when a tornado is coming. John.
Yes, Marcus, always very important to know where you're going to go, where you're going to take shelter. Of course, if you have a basement in a house, then that's the best place to go. If you're in a mobile home, that's not a good place to go, but you want to get out and take cover in something that's going to be a little more substantial and provide you some protection from those high winds of the tornado. Now, where do you go in your house? You want to avoid windows and you want to avoid outside walls, so you want to stay away from those areas. You want to go somewhere that's a small room. An interior bathroom would be great. That's where a lot of people go, and sometimes that's the only thing left standing after a tornado goes by, but they survive by going into that room. So that's a good place to be. A small room, bottom floor of your house, and avoid windows. 3 most important things you can do. You want to have a plan early, so tell the kids that this is where we're going to go if we have a tornado, and you're not going to have a lot of lead time in many cases, so you need to do that beforehand. Interior room or hallway, away from glass, stay low and protect your head. Grab a cushion off the couch if you can, and that'll help protect you from some of that flying debris. Marcus?
And John, thank you very much. And I think one of the other things to emphasize too is that now we're in the dark time, so the potential of seeing a tornado coming is going to be almost impossible beside the power flashes. So that's another thing to be concerned too, of making sure that you know where to go, so that if you do get that mobile alert on the East Texas Storm Team app, you know exactly what to do. We have a tornado warning in effect right now. This is for Hopkins County. Does not include Sulphur Springs proper, but it is mainly moving over to the north of Hopkins County and working its way toward the Cooper area. The rotation on this storm is certainly quite impressive, and I want to show you that. As you'll notice here, a fairly tight region of circulation coming right near the Cooper area, and that's going to trek off to the northeast. So besides that storm, we don't have any other severe weather ongoing in East Texas right now. I do have some additional showers that are coming through. You'll notice these from near Gilmer along 271 back toward Overton, White House, and down toward the Jacksonville area. Just a little bit of rainfall, some lightning coming in. That rain, yes, it is heavy, but it is nothing severe. It is out to the west where we are watching things very closely. Gonna have to keep an eye on some of this development here. Doesn't show a whole lot, and here is the main line. Let me turn off a couple of other layers here. There's the main line, a very intense line. As I mentioned earlier, we had a confirmed tornado report in the Joshua area south of Fort Worth. That happened at about 5:45. This line, as it moves in, certainly poses the greatest potential for us to see some severe thunderstorms. We look at futurecast as we go through the rest of this evening, and you'll notice here that bands of precipitation will be picking up and gradually beginning to increase in coverage. We could still see maybe some additional supercell storms as a possibility before the line moves in. Eventually, everything will come together for a significant damaging wind threat as we go through late tonight into the overnight. Deep East Texas, you're going to see the storms, but they're not coming technically until early on Saturday morning, and that's when the precipitation will finally begin to push off to the east and our storm threat will come to an end. Let me show you the 7-day outlook for us, because behind this front, much colder air is moving in. You'll notice those temperatures dropping down into the 40s for tomorrow, and then going into next week, some more unsettled weather and another rain chance picking back up, especially later next week as we warm up once again. We'll be here to watch it.
All right, we appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
All right, coming up in